Today is the day, it's Black Friday, and with that, all kinds of sales. Some that started really early and some that are actually launching today. So first one this week that we alluded to earlier in the week, Meta is changing up their deal with their direct on their website, Quest 3S. So now if you buy one through our direct link down below, you get $60 in credit instead of the original $30 you were getting, so you can buy yourself some games and stuff. Unfortunately, that still isn't really the best deal out there. They dropped ones earlier this week with Amazon Target that come with a $75 gift card. So in theory, if you want the most savings, that is the best way to go. If you've been longtime supporters of the channel and you really want to help the channel out, the Meta link is an affiliate link, so we do get a percentage of support to us, but you only get the $60 in store credit, so I really feel like you should go get the one from Amazon or Target instead. But if you're interested in getting your headset this Black Friday, I'll leave some of those links all down below with details of what each one does. And if you did want to support the channel, it's appreciated, but it's of course not necessary at all. But basically, some of the wild math that channels were doing with these deals this week, if you were to get like the Amazon one, you get the $75 gift card anytime you buy the headset right now, whether it's Black Friday or not. You get Batman free. There's also 3 months of Quest Plus that comes with the headset. And then if you use a referral link from a friend after you get the headset and you activate it, then you can potentially get another $30 of store credit. So some people are advertising the Quest with all those discounts. The 3S is like $120, which is a wild change in price, but you still have to pay the $300. You just get a whole bunch of stuff after the fact. So some different ones there. I'll leave links down below in case you want to check it out. Some exciting ways to save some money this holiday season. There's also, if you already have your Quest 3 or your Quest 3S, a bunch of accessories are on sale. My top first pick accessory that I recommend everyone to, the BoboVR S3 Pro head strap. A head strap that has a fan incorporated into the front to help keep you cool, a battery pack in the back, and if you get 2 batteries, you can essentially switch those batteries out forever and keep charging them and have unlimited game time with your headset. And it's also just way more comfortable. It makes the headset way more stable on your head. So stable, you can even take the facial interface out and run the entire headset without one and just leave airspace in front of your eyes to help keep you cool. But that's on a Black Friday deal. 20% off brings that down to $72. One of the weird accessories that's completely unnecessary, but I'll tell you about it because it's been one of my most surprising accessories of 2024. Apex Sino made a set of haptic gun stocks, they call them. Basically, your Quest controller slips into them and simulates more like a real firearm in your hand. A trigger sits on top of your trigger, and every time you pull that, it creates a haptic force, creating what feels more similar to a real gun's haptics. And the nice thing about this, there are other ones out in the market that are a lot more expensive and they have to be programmed in to actually work with the game. This one is just a simple mechanism that feels you pull a trigger and then fires. It's a really neat one. They're 22% off at $90. Still not cheap, and I still wish you could buy just one for like half that price, but the level of realism, immersion, and fun it adds to a game like Pistol Whip, if you set these up and play with these, it's just huge. It's a lot to spend on something, but no other accessory has ever made me smile and enjoy my time with a headset as much as this, except for maybe the fact that the BoboVR makes me not frown with a headache from using the stock head strap. There's all different kinds of grips for the Quest you can get, but one of the sets that I like is on the Black Friday sale, the Maker Store. They're charging controller grips, $32 with 20% off. So basically, it replaces your battery inside your controller, gives you a nice index style hand strap to hold onto the controller with, and then you just plug them in every time you're done playing and they'll be charged and ready to go for the next time. Not a completely necessary detail as the Quest batteries do last a long time, but if you just never want to have to worry about it, it is nice. There's different golf clubs. The AMVR one that we've played around with before, is on sale if you want to add some more immersion to your golfing experience. It's down to $32 instead of $47. Although if you do have grips on your controllers, it's kind of a pain to switch back and forth to using a golf club like this. But if you are someone who's doing a lot of golf, it is pretty cool to have that real golf handle in your hand and add that feeling. Some lens protectors that I put on my headset and I really like, that gives me one more layer of protection for when we do crazy things like dropping our headset out a window. They stick on, you do have to leave them on for a while and make sure the sticker fully cures, otherwise you'll end up knocking them off, but they're only $8 on Black Friday. The Meta Store itself, if you're looking for games, they're doing 40% off a bunch of games. You have to use a code at checkout, BFCM24. Black Friday, I don't know what CM stands for, but that runs through December 3rd and there's a bunch of games. But some of the top ones, Red Matter 2, I just love that one because it looks so good on the Quest. It's something that you can use to show off VR to people. Arizona Sunshine 2, one of the newer games, and there's tons of others. You'll see a list here on the screen of all different games, from VR to mixed reality and a whole bunch more. So what are you buying this Black Friday? Are you doing Christmas shopping early? Do you already have a headset? You're just stocking up on games or getting some of those accessories you were finally waiting for? Let us know in the comments down below so people can see what you're getting, see if they want to go get the same thing, and I'll leave a bunch of links down in the comments and description leading to some of my top accessories, the headset deals, and all that for you. If you've already spent enough money this year and instead of going for the sales, you want to try and win some stuff. We just dropped a video yesterday. We found a bunch of different giveaways that different companies and VR people are doing for the holidays. 10 different giveaways, mostly Quest headsets, some accessories, and then even a giant RTX 4090 graphics card. At the end of this video, I'll leave a link to that full video, but I'll also leave some links down in the description if you haven't gone and checked those out. You want to enter in some giveaways. There's a ton of them going on right now with the Christmas season. All different chances of winning depend on the size of the channels and who's giving them away, from pretty good chances to, you know, hundreds of thousands of people entering in the top Gleam ones. So check them out, get entered if you're interested in any of that. If you'd rather try and win a Quest 3S from skill and not from luck, VR Racer Exocars, which came out recently, is holding a tournament where you can actually win a Quest 3S as a prize. The tournament just started yesterday, but runs through December 9th, and the prizes range from a Quest 3S, a Kiwi head strap, controller grips, charger, and then there's some extra ones where 10 random people are going to receive other VR games and things on any platform. But everyone who enters into the tournament in the game gets an exclusive car design in the game. It's an interesting take on a new game, a game that so far reviews have been positive with, although the game itself only has a 4.1 star rating on the actual store. People going back and forth between saying it's a masterpiece currently, or people saying the handling and the steering is maddening. So if you've tried the game, let people know in the comments how you're doing it, and I'm curious, are you entering in the tournament if you have? Or if you haven't gotten the game but you're on the fence, does something like this with a tournament in a game push you to go get that game and then play in that? Interesting. If you're looking for some VR headset deals this Black Friday outside of the Quest, we've got a few different ones going on. The Big Screen Beyond, probably the smallest VR headset to date that people really like because it fits exactly to your face with a custom designed interface. Very small, very easy to wear. Well, if you get one, it's coming with their deluxe audio strap, something that people said makes it more comfortable, gives you high quality audio to go along with it. That one you got to use Black Friday 24 while buying it. Saves you $130 off that audio strap. And supposedly, Big Screen, the company that makes the Beyond, has actually said it completes the experience, and they told Upload VR that 55% of the Beyond owners so far have gotten it. Still a very small percentage of overall PC users using the Beyond, but as I've held one in my hands, it is shockingly small, something it feels like you could wear on your face for a long time. But people complaining about things like small sweet spots, and of course it's still cabled. If you're used to having wireless VR even with your PC, it's hard to go back. HTC offering a bunch of discounts and bundles for their Vive Focus Vision, their Vive XR Elite, their Pro 2. Although at this point, everything with Vive costs so much, it's hard to justify pushing anyone towards any of them. Even a Vive Focus Vision they sent us to review, I can say I opened it up, I checked it out, and since then I still haven't gone back and used it at all, and that's a $1,000 headset. But there's some different random deals. You can just go to the article that I'll leave down below in case you really want to see what all the deals are. I don't imagine a ton of people out there looking to buy a Vive this season. A bit more interesting one is PSVR2 though, 40% off, so you can get the Horizon Call of the Mountain bundle for $350, which is a much better price, and where I would say the PSVR can fit into the market a little bit better. It still means you have to have a PS5. If you have one by now, the price is more justifiable, and there is some really cool experiences that can only be had on the PSVR 2, but ultimately it's still stuck with the old style Fresnel lenses. The sweet spot's smaller, it's less comfortable than the original PSVR, so even though I have one, I barely use mine, especially in contrast to the Quest 3 with its nice new pancake lenses. But if you've been wanting to like set up a home rig with your PS5, Gran Turismo, especially if you have a PS5 Pro for some reason, this headset for that is pretty cool. And then if you're outside of the US, Pico 4, it's coming with the motion trackers and 3 games for Black Friday. It'll save you a little bit there. Again, that's not in North America, that's only for other parts of the world. So if you're interested in any of those other headsets, go check out some of the links down below to help you find those deals. Sadly, the one headset that isn't out or exists yet for Black Friday sales is of course the hopefully upcoming Valve Deckard, the rumored follow-up to the Valve Index, but something that's hopefully completely wireless, or at least connects to a PC wirelessly. More details are coming out, resurfacing, bringing back the rumors that it really is happening, and the new Roy controller models have been discovered in Steam VR. It seems like at this point we're finally ending up with VR controllers all looking pretty similar, although this one has a lot more buttons crammed into it than any other VR controller. The renders here you see not only have triggers, but it looks like they actually have bumpers above their triggers. They have your typical buttons, but instead of splitting A, B, and XY onto 2 controllers, A, B, and XY are all on one controller in a shape more similar to like a PlayStation or Xbox controller. And there's a D-pad on the left controller, interestingly. Of course, this coming through Bradley. Sadly, it's Bradley always finding this stuff out ahead of time. They found code referencing these Roy controllers, and Roy is not a reference to Rick and Morty.
You were just playing a game. It's called Roy. Snap out of it. Come on.
But now they discovered these 3D models showing them. But Roy is believed to be a reference to the antagonist from the movie Blade Runner because Deckard is the name of the protagonist. They are ringless controllers, at least, unlike some of the other ones across the board, like HTC has their controllers that look a lot like Quest, but they still have the big tracking rings. It's nice to see a bit of uniformity moving across the board with what VR controllers should look like. But what do you think? Are you waiting on a Roy or a Deckard? With all that, lots going on, of course, with the sales, Black Friday happening. I'll be traveling a bit in the next couple weeks. Maybe you'll see me at Thankmas down south, but watch for some live streams next week too, on top with all the stuff going on in the VR industry. And once again, thank you for being here with me, and I'll see you in another reality.